Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Kinneas here, episode number 400. Tonight, I want to continue learning how to become proficient with the two big eVTOL aircraft that are being talked about in the world right now. The Archer Midnight and the Joby S4 both featured for free in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So I'm going to be doing flight seeing jobs with both of those aircraft. In the Archer Midnight, we're going to be flying around Los Angeles, taking Los Angeles jobs as they're located at HAWTHORNE out there. And the Joby, we're going to be taking flights around Manhattan in New York. So we might get some skyscraper runs. So we'll be the live stream is scheduled to start at live at 11:15. So we have a few minutes to go still. Just consider this the pre-staging. If you have any questions or comments that you'd like to ask before the show starts, yeah, throw them out. If I'm not following you, please go into the chat room and say hello. And I can easily click the three dots that appear next to your name and go right to your channel and subscribe. Hello to everybody checking out what I'm doing from Twitter. You are my world. Twitter used to be a lot more of my world, but it still is a big part of it. And if I'm following you, obviously you are too. So thanks for checking in on me. TGIF. I had a great flight earlier, a group flight. I'm doing them now on Friday nights with the Laser Bolt Vids group. And we flew to we're in Australia right now, and we flew from, oh, forgive me, I'm messing up where we took off from. But either way, we flew to Perth tonight, and it was nice. I got to be an F-35 jet fighter escort for Laser Bolt tonight. There was another gentleman flying an F-35, so we both got to pull parade escort duty. That was quite nice. They're a mature crowd, so if you're looking for a mature mature crowd to fly with, look for Laserbolt Vids. If you would like to join the show, at least in voice, come in and say something. Let me get the link to the Discord voice chat. So there's the link for the Discord voice chat. If you'd like to come in and say something tonight, join me on the show. Big shout out to some other live streamers out there that I've been hanging out with lately. Hazardous, for one, and Atlas, and Mr. Lazy, and Nerd Droid. Hope you're all doing well. I am going to play a short little intro video. Don't let the sudden burst of music scare you.
on my chest. Captain laughs and says, relax, this old bird's tougher than your ex. Runway heat waves blur my sight, sweaty palms on plastic light. Tower talking in my ear, every word tastes like fear. I'm Kinneas the Skydude, learning how to fly, dude, trying not to die, dude. Somewhere in the clouds tonight. If I don't hit the wrong switch, if I ride out every glitch, maybe I'll be alright. Kinneas in the sky tonight. Slow, kid, pick a lane. Instructor sipping on his tea says you're fine, probably. Oh yeah! I overshoot the center line, heartbeat racing past the time, but when the wheels just kiss the ground, silence feels like the loudest sound. I'm Kinneas the Skydude, learning how to fly, dude, trying not to die, dude. Somewhere in the clouds tonight. If I don't hit the wrong switch, if I ride out every glitch, maybe I'll be alright. Kinneas in the sky tonight. What if I breathe when the wind gets wild? What if the storm pulls down this child? And I remember every dive, every climb, every you got this in my mind. I'm Kinneas the Skydude, learning how to fly, dude, trying not to die. Somewhere in the clouds tonight. If I don't hit the wrong switch, if I ride out every glitch, yeah, I'll be alright. Kinneas in the sky for life. Hey, hey, hey. Hey!
Can't believe we're up to episode 400. Woo! Starting in 5 minutes. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Kinneas in the cockpit, boots on the floor, coffee in a thermos, one eye on the door. Says a quick prayer, laughs, let's roll. Sunrise paint and stripes across his soul. He's a sky dude, Kinneas, riding that blue. Got a good town grin and a high up view. Yeah, he jokes, hope I don't crash today, but he's built on faith and runways. Skydude, Kinneas, chasing that climb, heart wide open, right on time. Every little bump just makes him laugh, 'cause he was born to take that path. Seat belt click and a thumb to the dash. Treat me right, baby, let's make it last. Clouds like cotton on a clothesline swing.
sang. Oh yeah, he's a sky dude. Kinneas, riding that blue. Woo! Got a good town grin and a high view. Oh yeah, yeah, he jokes, hope I don't crash today. Whoa, but he's built on faith and runways. Sky dude, Kinneas, chasing that climb, heart wide open, right on time. Every little bump just makes him laugh, 'cause he was born to take that path. If the wind gets wild, he just leans back, humming that tune, keeping on track. Says every takeoff's just a new chance, friend, to kiss the clouds and land again. Hey, he's a sky dude, Kinneas, riding that blue. Woo! Got a good town grin and a high view. Hey, yeah, he jokes, hope I don't crash today. Oh, but he's built on faith and runaways. Sky dude, Kinneas, chasing that climb, heart wide open, right on time. Every little bump just makes him laugh, 'cause he was born to fly like that.
Almost like it needed another "hey" at the end. Starting in about 1 minute, folks. Thanks for tuning in tonight, TGIF. So, in all of these streams, and many of these streams from the past, I've been asking, when, Lord, when are we going to see a major leap forward in aviation? You know, when is it going to become simpler, more Star Trek? You know, because when it started out, of course, it was all, everybody was exploring, can we make this work, and can we make that work? And, you know, a lot of advancement in the development of aviation. And then basically almost for the last 50 to 100 years, it's been kind of, not a whole lot of new stuff. And then they popped out these eVTOL, the ones we're going to fly tonight, the Archer Midnight and the Joby. And there's others out there, just there's not available yet in Microsoft Flight Simulator. These are the two everybody's talking about, really, the big competitors at the moment. And the future is here, and I am here for it. So there's 15 minutes after the hour. Okay, we're officially starting. So I have opened up the filter for jobs around LA, and I have selected, or will be selecting, the Archer Midnight. There we go. And it filters out the jobs. Now, they purchased the lease for Hawthorne Airport, Archer. And so basically that's kind of where they're based out of. They're going to be launching, you know, this new urban air mobility, advanced air mobility with the FAA and air taxi services and stuff like what I'm going to be doing tonight. Probably Flightseeing. But, yeah. So we'll be starting here. So let's take, I think we've done that run before. Let's take this one over here to Compton. Right? So I've been asking, when, Lord, when are we going to see these advancements? And these are fantastic. These are way more like Star Trek than current aviation for the last 50 years. So if you've ever thought, man, I'd really like to fly, but boy, that's a lot to learn. And it's really complex, and it's still really dangerous. And I wish the controls were simpler, and, you know, I don't want to have to spend 7 years to really, and hope I survive in that period to, you know, become a pilot. And the FAA for the last 20 years has been crying that we might not have enough skilled pilots in the next 20 years, which is today. We might not have enough skilled pilots to, you know, run everything. And this is kind of an answer to that. If more of aviation starts adopting and creating controls like what I'm going to show you, problem solved. Okay. So there's our path. If you haven't seen the inside of one of these or how these things operate, I think you're going to love it. I think you could probably learn how to do this and fly one of these in 15 minutes. It's a little bit different because it uses a 2-joystick system. You can totally configure this to work with one joystick. Not a problem. But in the real world, for whatever reason, they wanted this dual joystick system where your left hand pretty much controls power and the right hand controls anything to do with movement. At first, it's like, oh, this is not really intuitive, and it becomes really intuitive really fast. So all we have to do is take the chocks off here. And pull the tab on the pitot tube, or covering for it. Let me step back here and show you this thing from the side. Get a good look at it. Isn't she a beaut? Batman would be proud. He's probably got a few ordered already. I'm sure Alfred, his butler, you know, he helps out an awful lot. I'm sure he's just thrilled. Oh, Lord. So simple. Quiet. Not 1,000 buttons to deal with. He could sip his tea and fly this thing hands-free. This one does have an autopilot. The Joby does not. Okay. See what I mean? Look at this slim down cockpit. It's even easier to read than the Icon A5. It's even more streamlined than that. Turn the thing on. Here it is. Off, service mode, ground mode, and fly mode. So to get this thing going, I mean, you have a power lift enable switch here and a pitot heat switch. And don't worry about those switches over there. You don't really need any of those. There's our right-hand interceptor. That's what they call them. Interceptors. Sounds more impressive than joystick. There's our right-hand joystick. There's our left-hand interceptor. Left-hand joystick. Okay. An override button. An accelerate and decelerate button. We have a hover button on the side, or if you push, you go into hover. Speed. We don't really use this button. Speed left, right. Increase and decrease. Kind of use the joystick pushing forward and backward for that. On the side, there's a toga button. That's take off and go around. Speed. It puts, you know, power in. There's the toga button right there. All right, over here. Basically, autopilot, disconnect. This is inoperative. I believe this is for trim and an override. Little USB port there. All right, so turn this thing on. Turn it on. You can put it into ground mode, and that'll at least start firing up all the electronics and get the thing going.
Okay, on their way.
This is starting to align the GPS with the satellites. So that's what that's doing. AHRS aligned, keep wings level. Oop. Over here is going to be our MFD. We're going to be able to see our route. Here is our energy, our battery levels, our temperatures. This shows you control input and the torque. If you fly other aircraft, these two glass screens are going to be totally familiar to you. Okay, one thing that is a little bit different for me, I like LHI assist in the off mode. Anyway, you can try different modes if you want to try flying these. I guess the real best way I can describe it is LHI assist seems to be a little bit more, oh, I can't even say it's precise. But let's say when you're trying to dial in like 1 knot, 5 knot, you know, it's easier to just push one time and lock in 1 knot. Push the controller forward for 2 knots, 3 knots, 4 knots, right? Where LHI assist off, it's more like winging it. And I'll push forward and I'll shoot for 3 knots. I'll shoot for 5 knots. It's more shooting from the hip kind of thing. Here's our charge where you recharge the thing. Here's our doors. Click the doors button. Here's our autopilot deck. If you do a lot of flying, you're familiar with this Garmin. Maybe we'll get into some of that later. Right now, I just want to learn how to just become proficient with the flying part of it. Might use some of the autopilot functions later. Okay. Control E to complete startup procedure. That just means throw this into fly mode. Oops. I turned it off.
There.
Sorry about that.
Great day for flying, isn't it?
Tis.
For today's scenic flight, you're guiding Sarah by her own over our charming local town of Torrance. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're set. Captain, let's make this flight one to remember for everyone.
Okay. Sorry, it has to realign. I flipped the switch wrong.
Hawthorne ground. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er with Mike. Request taxi to the active. Departure to the south.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er. Taxi to helipad number 1. Contact tower on 121.1 when ready.
Will do. Here is Hawthorne in LA.
Taxi to helipad number 1. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er.
SpaceX is here for today, but they're leaving. Elon's terribly upset with the politicians.
I've never flown in a chopper before, so I'm kind of stepping out of my comfort zone here. I'm Sarah, by the way.
Hello, Sarah, by the way. Sarah, this is not a helicopter. The Archer makes helicopters cry. Okay? This is, firstly, yeah. And I'm not saying it's offensive to call this thing a helicopter. It's not offensive to some people. If I was the Archer, though, if I was this beautiful aircraft, I would be offended. Don't you dare call me a helicopter. I'm not a helicopter. Why do I make helicopters cry all day long? Because in a helicopter, on your first day of training, if they tell you to lift off the ground 2 inches, whoops, ha 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 ha, as I almost screw up. You gotta make sure that it don't have any forward or backwards input set. Must have something set. Okay. So they'll tell you to raise up off the ground, but they'll never, in helicopter training day 1, once you get up off the ground, say, okay, now let go of the controls. Why? You'd be dead. I have some tweaking to do of the sensitivities and the curves of my joystick. We have a little bit of phantom movement going on here that I need to work out, but for the most part she's stable. But in a helicopter you can't do this. You can't lift up off the ground and let go of the controls. You'll die immediately. So that's why this is not a helicopter. This is an eVTOL. We're in, we're kind of like in helicopter mode. In a helicopter, it's very difficult to just say, okay, I want to be 6 feet off the ground. In this thing, it's not. Right? You put it where you want, you leave it. All right, let me put her back down. And all I'm doing is, again, using the right hand interceptor. Push forward, we come down. Pull back, we go up. Again, I've got some sensitivity I need to work out. So when I'm pushing this, it's actually picking up some side twist action. And I've got to deaden all that, so that it just responds to what I want. That's what all this is for, practicing and learning. Okay, so now that we're back on the ground, let me just use the left-hand controller. Oh, do I have this thing in? That's why it took off. I didn't turn off LHI assist. Okay, so now I'm just pushing forward a tiny bit on the left-hand interceptor. Just enough to get us rolling. Oops, no, get down, stay on the ground. What I'm trying to do is just introduce a bit of power so I can get going and rolling. And taxi. Stay on the ground, dummy. Oh my, she's wanting to be temperamental tonight. She wants to go. And I don't want her to go. Settle down. Settle down. Alright, let's kill some of the sensitivity. I don't know where we picked it up, but boy, she's being touchy, touchy, touchy. It's mostly coming from this stick right here. Yeah, that's all off too. That's where all that. I don't know why it keeps changing these. The position, it like decalibrates the thing. Weird. I don't know why it's raising up. Weird. Let's try that. Hopefully that smooths things out a little bit and it's not so touchy. Okay, we just need to make it over to this helipad. We need to request takeoff.
Hawthorne Tower. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179 ready at Helipad 1.
I am.
Departure to the south.
They have a program out there.
Foxtrot Kilo 179er, altimeter 299er2 departure to the south approved. Cleared for takeoff helipad 1.
There's a couple of programs out there, but people have been telling me you really need to pick up one of these AIs for your air traffic control so you can learn how to talk to air traffic control. Right now, I'm just hitting buttons to, like, right up in the corner.
Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er, please acknowledge.
Yeah, so to acknowledge, it just says press enter, and it's a computerized response.
Cleared for takeoff helipad 1. Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er.
I believe one of the AIs is called Say Intentions, and you have to use your microphone to speak back to air traffic control.
I'm a bit nervous, but I'll be fine. Can't wait to see the view from up here.
Cool. All right, so now we take off.
Not sure if I'm actually ready, but no choice now, huh? Hey, can't believe we're flying!
Right? Tilt the joystick to the right, and we turn. If I twist, I'm trying to show you from above. If I twist the right-hand interceptor, we can go sideways. Twist it to the left. If I tilt the joystick to the right, we need to be right about there, 350 feet. And
Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er, continue for south departure.
all right.
Hawthorne Tower, Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er. Continue for south departure.
Okay. So now I want to head towards that first box. So here's a couple of ways to approach this. As long as we stay under 40 knots, so look on the left-hand side of the screen at our airspeed, we're at 4 knots. As I continue to push forward on the left-hand interceptor, we'll start picking up speed. There's 25 knots. And this will take us right up to about 40 to 50 knots without transitioning to full flight. There's 30 knots. Let's see if it'll go faster than 30. Probably not. Probably it'll hold at 30. There's 28. Slow down a little bit. There's 30 again. Okay. So now we can stay in this mode. And we're still using basically hover controls. So tilting the joystick left and right and using the twist will continue to slew. So these are basically like hover controls. Okay.
I can't imagine how beautiful sunsets must be from the air. All those rich colors.
Now this button on your controller right here, I have mapped out to a button on my controller. Basically just the same thing. It's a hat switch. When you push this button forward one time, it'll accelerate to 96 knots and transition to full flight. If you push it forward one more time, it will go to 117 knots. Okay. When you click down, pull back on the button, it'll decelerate back to 96 knots, and you click it again, it'll decelerate down to basically where we're at now, like 30 knots. It might go in, it just might go into a hover. Okay. So now that we're up in the air at the right speed, aiming towards these, let me get aimed towards the boxes that we're gonna head towards. So we need to head that way. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to click that button forward one time and accelerate to 96 knots. and then I'll show you the nacelles outside. They're in an upright position at the moment, or a little bit. Yeah. So you see our engines, how they're kind of facing up, helicopter mode style. Okay, I'm gonna push.
The way you communicate on the radio while flying must be challenging, for me at least.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna click that button and accelerate to 96 knots. Oh, come on. There we go. 96 knots. 40 knots. 50 knots. Dawn knots. 70 knots. There we go. Full flight.
Such a stunning view.
Okay. If I click it again, we go to 117 knots. I'm not concerned with flying through the boxes just yet, just showing off what it does. So it's shooting for 117 now. Come on.
Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Come on. It's being stubborn and doesn't want to hit 117.
Can't wait to show my photos to my friends. Everyone's gonna want to book a flight.
179er.
Okay.
Frequency change.
When it's in full flight mode, you lose your twist control. It's just rudder control at that point. So we're not slewing. The twist is now acts like your rudder. And left and right, basically like your ailerons in traditional flight. Push forward and backward. So flying. There's 114 knots. So let me spin around, start bringing us down over this stadium. Or is this could... Yeah, I'm not sure what stadium this is, or if this is another airport. There's the Forum. Oh, good. People are starting to put more stuff up on the rooftops. All right, I'm going.
The size of the landmarks is so different than from the air. They feel close enough to touch.
I'm going to start decelerating now. Back to this should take us back to 96 knots. Come on. All right, slowing back down to 96 knots.
Your aircraft responds so smoothly. I'd love to be a pilot.
All right. Now, if I decelerate again, it should slow to hover mode. But I can also tell it to start engaging a deceleration. And when I want it to stop at the speed I want, I just kind of nudge it forward a little bit. So pull back. Now we're decelerating. It's going to slow to a hover. But I don't want it to hover. Let's say there's 70 knots. Push forward a little bit. And it stays right there at that speed where I pushed forward. If I want to slow down a little bit more, pull back, let's say 60 knots, and then let go.
I was worried the world
There it
would
is,
be
60
spinning,
knots.
But I feel on top of things.
If I want to speed back up to 80 knots, push forward, get to 80 knots and then let go of the control. Let's see, 68. Come on. No, it doesn't. It's actually wanting to slow down. Come on, faster. There's 70. There's 80 abouts. Let go. So that's nice. It's again, with LHI assist on, it's probably a little bit easier to dial in exact speeds. But after a while, it becomes more intuitive to just kind of trying to dial it in by hand.
Here we are, belted in for adventure, right?
Right. We need to be about 600 feet for the flight seeing part of it. So let me come back down to 600. All right. And we need to be under 70 knots. Okay, there's about 64 knots, 600
That's
feet.
Lacari Terra Park. Look.
And then we'll get our sightseeing pattern here popping up. Slow down. Stay below 70 knots. Slow down. And now all we have to do is fly a circle. And we're flying around the area that they wanted to see.
It's like seeing the world for the first time.
Okay, on to our next destination. And it's so close, I'm not going to transition to full flight. Speed up a little bit. And try to get back down to 600 feet. So quiet, I love it. Columbia Park.
I've never seen anything like that.
All right. Let me slow down a little bit. Okay, what I want to do is dial in 600 feet into the altitude select, and I want to dial in, that's about it. We turn on the autopilot and turn on altitude select. Flight level change. See if that takes us back up to 600. Okay, so it's getting us to 600.
I never imagined seeing something like this from the ground.
Yeah. Alright, so it's holding 600. Let me turn on nav and see if it'll now take us to our next waypoint. Oh, autopilot. Let's switch it off. Autopilot on. Nav on. Altitude hold on. I don't know why it doesn't want to toggle nav hold and take us to our next destination.
Definitely a bucket list moment for me.
Nice. Alright, our heading is that way, so let me click the heading knob and turn on heading control and have it fly that way. Settle down. All right. Now I'm
feeling better now. I'm almost enjoying the ride.
Almost. Turn off the autopilot.
Glen Anderson Park looked brilliant.
Did I go the wrong way? No, this is it. In the future, I do believe that they will have HUD like this. I think that all the surfaces of your cockpit glass surfaces,
it's amazing how
they'll be able to
everything
project
looks from up there. I feel like I can see forever.
These kind of overlays like you're seeing out in front of the aircraft. We've seen transparent monitors. It's just same kind of idea that, yeah, it's a window, but it's also a transparent monitor. All right, let's announce that we're coming in for a full stop.
Hawthorne Tower, Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er is 4 miles southwest, 700 with Mike to land.
Click the heading button.
Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er, Hawthorne Tower.
Turn on the autopilot.
2992. Make right downwind helipad 1.
Heading hold on.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er, wind calm. Clear to land helipad 1.
All right.
Clear to land helipad 1. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er.
Let me lower this to 350. Oh, 300 is good. Gonna go 400. Do a flight level change. Oh, it's still going down too low. Did the autopilot turn off? Sometimes if you do move it too much, it'll disconnect the autopilot. Do an altitude hold. Slow down. Follow the traffic pattern. Okay, I'm going to turn off the autopilot and take it out of full flight. Right-hand traffic pattern would be this way. So then we go around that way. So now we're in a full hover. Let me just now input some speed again. So nice and calm coming in for a landing. So anytime in any aircraft you fly, up to this point right now, no matter how good of a pilot you are, there's always a chance that something can go wrong on a landing. Always. Every landing. So basically, it's like D&D. The more experience you have, the more pluses you have, right? So let's say it's in 5th edition rules. The difficulty class for you to bring it in for a landing with your experience is maybe like a 7, right? It's not that hard. And then you've got a bunch of pluses. So you really, you know, the chances of you having a fumble are pretty far off. But there's still the chance. There's still a percentage chance that something bad can happen and you can botch a landing. So with every land, even this, but this is like a difficulty class 2. So with all your pluses, it becomes almost, not almost impossible. It's almost impossible for you to have a bad landing. So it makes helicopters cry, and this is the part that makes all aircraft cry. In a good way, actually. They should be actually cheering. Start pulling power back. There's 10 knots. Because we have such precise control over our speed coming in and everything. That it almost eliminates the chances of death. As I become more and more proficient, I'll be able to come in faster and, get it down to the ground. But there really is no need. We didn't use much energy and much battery power. Still have plenty. Oh, we forgot to talk to air traffic control. That we have the luxury to just cruise in and...
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er. Contact ground on 125.1.
Welcome back, guys. So, Sarah, did you enjoy? Ready to do it again?
The flight was great. What a view over Torrance. Sign me up.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er, please acknowledge.
125.1 for Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er.
We have the luxury to come in at 1 knot. And when you touch down, it's auto shutdown for safety purposes. I didn't have to initiate that at all. Isn't she wonderful?
Hawthorne ground. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er. Request taxi to parking.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er. Taxi to general aviation parking.
Where do they want us parked? There we go.
Taxiing to general aviation parking. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 179er.
Whoops, 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 whoops. Still too much sensitivity. Just a touch and I was up off the ground. So I need to introduce a lot more. I was trying to turn around and be cool like the other cool kids and park properly.
Awesome job. The client seemed to really enjoy the ride and feels much more confident now. You can be proud. You've gained a new fan.
Parking brake and to shut it down. Again, just put it back in the service ground mode or service mode or turn it off. That's it. Ain't she a beaut? So yeah, way more Star Trek than anything else. Anything else we've seen such so far. You know, at least us mere mortals, right? Because there's always this basically is technology coming down from the Osprey and F-35, which is lovely. All right. So 19,000, yeah, not making a whole lot of money on these Flightseeing jobs, but the beautiful thing is, while I'm flying and doing these jobs, all of my other aircraft have pilots in them, and they're flying while I'm flying. We've made another 351,790 credits. There's our insurance payout. Right, I've got 28 aircraft. And while I'm flying, all of these aircraft are working. So I've got the SKYDUDE VIP company, SKYDUDE Skydives, SKYDUDE Agro, SKYDUDE Flightsea, and SKYDUDE Searchers, Search and Rescue. We can't afford an airliner yet, but we're working our way towards it. SKYDUDE Airlines. We need like 100 million. All right. So now let's go all the way to the other coast. And do a Joby job. Come up here and filter by aircraft model, Joby S4. I'll be darned, they don't really have any over Manhattan. It's okay, we can fly that way anyway. That's interesting. In LA, we were flying from Hawthorne Airport. On this job, we're going to be flying over a Hawthorne Park. Hawthorne Park, Mackey Park, Milton Botee Park. All right, before we start this flight, I need to take a short break, get up, stretch, go refill my coffee, and I will be right back.
On my chest, Captain laughs and says, "Relax, this old bird's tougher than your ex." Hey, hey, hey. Runway heat waves blur my sight, sweaty palms on plastic light. Tower talking in my ear, every word tastes like fear. I'm Kinneas the Skydude, learning how to fly. Trying not to die, somewhere in the clouds tonight. If I don't hit the wrong switch, if I ride out every glitch, maybe I'll be alright. Kinneas in the sky tonight. Sky, yeah. Oh, hey, oh. Stall alarm starts to complain, too slow. Kid, pick a lane. Instructor sipping on his tea says, "You're fine, probably." Oh yeah! I overshoot the center line, heartbeat racing past the time, but when the wheels just kiss the ground, silence feels like the loudest sound. I'm Kinneas the Skydude, learning how to fly, dude, trying not to die, dude, somewhere in the clouds tonight. If I don't hit the wrong switch, if I ride out every glitch, maybe I'll be alright. Kinneas in the sky tonight. What if I breathe when the wind gets wild? What if the storm pulls down this child? And I remember every dive, every climb, every you got this in my mind. I'm Kinneas the Skydude, learning how to fly, dude, trying not to die, somewhere in the clouds tonight. If I don't hit the wrong switch, if I ride out every glitch, yeah, I'll be alright. Kinneas in the sky for life. Hey, hey, hey. Hey!
All right, coming back. Got a fresh coffee. Cheers. Here's to your health, well-being, and prosperity. Looks like this thing could use a wash. Looks like we've got some bug juice. Let's wash it. $1,800 for a wash. I'm in the wrong line of work. You should see how much it costs to wash larger planes. $10,000 for some planes or more to wash it. Oops, did I go back? I think I did. And let's just check our battery power. Yeah, we could use a little bit more. We probably don't. Actually, probably don't need to top up at all. And it's so inexpensive. Like $36 to top up your battery. It's so inexpensive. The fuel prices are just stupid. Okay. Same basic thing. Got to take the chocks off. And the pitot tube. And that's it. Same basic, really streamlined cockpit. Ain't she beautiful? All you gotta do is flip the battery switch on. It has controls for flight planning and creating flight plans. It does not have an autopilot, but you do have one of these. Setting up your flight plans, comms, everything. All nice and bundled right there. It's aligning with the satellite, and this is more like a Tesla. Shows you, you know, kind of your acceleration, your hover controls, your power. All we need to do now is take this, it's in load mode, and put it into fly mode. Actually, they want us to turn it off. We haven't brought our passenger on board yet, so turn the battery off.
Everything's fine, Renee. You can initiate boarding. Roger that.
She's the beautiful thing, too. If you've watched that show, I can't think of it. It's based on a video game. It's on Prime. Very popular. Oh, I can't believe I'm having a brain fart.
Hey, Captain. Looks like a good day for sightseeing. Your guest on board today is Mark. He's got his brother with him. Seatbelt fastened? Then you're all set. Let's fly.
I can't believe the name of the game and the TV show on Prime is... I'm just drawing a blank. Dumb. It's about the people that are raised in the vault, and the girl leaves the vault. She runs into the cowboy without her nose. Fallout. Okay, the point I'm trying to make is the Joby in the Fallout show, they have these aircraft that they use that look just like the Joby, but they're beefed up in the beefed up military version of the Joby. They're awesome. Okay, put it into fly mode and request taxi.
Teterboro ground. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er. Request taxi for departure to the east with whiskey.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er. Taxi to and hold short of runway 24 via taxiway Quebec. Contact tower on 125.1 when ready.
Same kind of setup. You've got your left controller, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. Okay, let's acknowledge our taxi.
Taxiing. Hold short runway 24 via taxiway Quebec. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er.
Okay. Same thing. You just got to push forward.
Just a heads up. I'm not used to flying, especially on a chopper, so I hope you'll fly as smooth as possible. Oh, sorry. My name's Mark.
Hey there. My name's Michael. Very happy to fly with you. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. You're going to make our day.
They look undead. I want a celebrities package. I want a package that provides, like, yeah, celebrities or really good-looking people. Not that you fellas aren't stunning. Yeesh. Okay. So, same thing with the, as in the Archer. Push forward, build up a little speed. And use my, whoa, now, easy. And use my right hand to steer us towards our hold spot.
Teterboro Tower, Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er at runway 24 ready for departure. East departure.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er. Altimeter 299er2 departure to the east approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 24.
Cleared for takeoff runway 24. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er.
So exciting. Okay, a bit nervous too. I won't lie to you. Something tells me I'll find out if I'm ready soon enough. Ooh, my butterflies in my stomach.
So, like the Archer, my hands are off the controls, right? I just lift it up off the ground. You can take off like an airplane if you want to, speed down the runway and then lift off, but you can just take off. But it stays right where you put it. And then my hands are off. Raise it back up. Take my hands off. All right. Now all I'm doing is, now unlike the Archer, you do not have to use a accelerate or decelerate button function. The Joby handles it all for you. All you need to do is get going. So once we're over 40 knots, it starts transitioning to cruise speed. $150 knots. Lickety split.
Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er. Continue for east departure.
Let me start slowing down.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er. Continue for east departure.
I want to make such a sudden turn, fast turn.
way! The view, it's incredible.
I suspect it's going to be like the last job, about 600 feet and under 70 knots. So the boxes are keeping me pretty high.
Right? Hey, grab your hat, Professor.
Let me start slowing down.
I promise I will not hum the iconic soundtrack that goes with it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Hawthorne Park.
Very nice. Set an altitude of 500 feet. So, an altitude of 500 feet or around, and below 70 knots. Nice golf course. I wish they would add Microsoft Golf. Bring back Microsoft Golf and add it into Microsoft Flight Simulator if you have it. So that when we land with our friends, we can go play some golf. We need more ground adventures.
What a great discovery! Get ready. Here come some crazy photos.
Not very far to our next destination. Let's try to get down to 500 feet. Well, not let's try. Let's get down to 500 feet.
Can Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Teterboro Tower, Kinneas Foxtrot Kilo 419er, frequency change.
Some folks would say this isn't flying, and I say this is flying.
Scenery, stunning.
I think what mostly they're trying to say is this isn't dangerous. This isn't dangerous. Yes, you're right. It's not. But you can't say this isn't flying. To me, this is the, how do I put it, the pinnacle at the moment. The pinnacle of flying. This is the greatest flying, because I'm not worried about dying, mostly. Sure, I could still probably do something stupid.
The town. Wow. It's amazing how clear everything looks from up there. I feel like I can see forever.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er is 2 miles north, 200, with whiskey to land.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er, Teterboro Tower. Altimeter 29992. Make right base runway 24. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er. Wind 131 at 1 tree. Clear to land runway 24.
Clear to land runway 24. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er.
Foxtrot Kilo 419er. Contact ground on 120.675.
Going to 120.675. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 419er.
Easy peasy. What? It's been giving me that error at both airports when I'm coming in.
Folks. Hey, did you enjoy Mark? Ready to book another one?
Fantastic. Would totally recommend it. Quite an experience. I recommend it.
I do not know what a flight in one of these is going to cost in the real world when they finally go public. They're getting really close to getting all those certifications done, and FAA is working hard on setting up all the urban air, advanced air mobility airspaces, communication systems. So won't be long, relatively speaking, until we can actually fly in one of these. And I don't know what it's going to cost, but I gotta tell you, I would love to be the one flying it, but I'd be happy just taking a ride. I want to experience for myself. They say these are very, very quiet, and I have my sounds up pretty high. Wondering if they're more quiet than this.
You turned your passengers into flight addicts, haven't you? Anyway, I can see that anxiety has turned into excitement. Well done.
Put it back in the load and turn off the battery. This is flying. I sure hope the flights don't cost that much. All right, time for another short break.
Kinneas keeps his collar tight, like he's strangling luck every single night. Logbook thick with 1,000 lies, stamped and signed under borrowed skies. They say he's golden, steady hands, built his name on shaky lands. Every landing clean and neat, but fate keeps tapping at his feet. Oh, he laughs it off like a cheap cliche, but death's been circling anyway. Kinneas won't go down, not tonight. Even when the engines cough mid-flight, he's dancing on a razor line between we're fine and we're out of time. Yeah, he shrugs it off when he hits the ground, but something keeps trying to take him down. Hydraulics fail at 32. Cabin's calm, but he knows the truth. Co-pilot's pale, the checklist shakes, while Kinneas smirks at the breaks it makes. Seen this once or twice before,
he's not quite sure anymore.
Flips the switch with a gambler's grace, like he's cheating time in a losing race. Oh, the tower calls, but he cuts them short. He's got his own kind of last resort. Won't go down, not today. Even when the sky turns shades of gray, he's stitching seconds into air, like he's got a deal with nowhere. Yeah, he walks away when the tires scream, but you can't outrun every bad dream. Coffee cold and his hands still shake from another call he just escaped. They pat his back like he's bulletproof, but he's running thin on borrowed truth. Every nice save cuts him deep, 'cause luck like that don't come cheap. Mayday, no, stand by, I've got it. Yet, even with a sky that won't forget.
Oh, shoot.
So he straightens up, plays it cool, just another flight.
Oh no.
Just another fool.
Always something. Okay. Back to LA. Remember that song by Larry Newman? I love LA. I love LA. David Beach, inspired by the signature he saw on TV, wanted to take one of these flights. David Beach. $1,800 to wash it. As you see here, these craft undergo stress and damages, and so everything should be good, as you see over here. But to check for sure, you do an update. Might as well just show you. We'll do a checkup for 7,318 credits. And it shows us that everything's in working condition and good. You can dig deeper into each component. So, details for flight controls. Here's all the systems. And you can repair them individually. So maintaining them, $68 just to check the oil. Proper lubrication is very important. I'm in the wrong line of work. They're washing planes or topping up their oil. Seems very, very profitable. Oh, we didn't check the battery. Yeah. So, probably don't need a full tank, but check it out. 27 credits. So, $27 for aviation fuel and fuel in general. Super expensive. That does not look like me, but that's, the least offensive avatar I could create. They have the ugliest... Sorry, Microsoft. You just do. It's just the truth. You have the ugliest avatars to choose from for pilots. And I asked Christine to come out here, and I kept going through the different avatars, and I'm like, can you help me find an avatar that looks like me? And she's like, there's nothing in here. It's even close. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? They're all hideous looking, too. Sorry, it's the truth, Microsoft. How did we end up with such scary looking NPCs? I've seen a few that are actually quite stunning.
Well noted.
But they're few and far between. Mostly everybody looks like they're part of the undead. They have these dead eyes. But occasionally one will pop up every now and then where you're like, holy moly, this one is really good looking.
Captain, you ready? Sure feels like the perfect day for a tour, right? Your guest on board today is David. He's got his brother with him. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. Whiteman Ground, Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 5910. Request taxi for west departure with whiskey.
Whiskey don't sound so bad.
Kilo 5910. Taxi to helipad number 1 using taxiway Delta. Contact tower on 1 tree, 5.0 when ready.
Taxi to helipad number 1 via taxiway Delta. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 5910.
Hello, I'm David. Just a heads up. I'm not used to flying, especially on a chopper, so I hope you'll fly as smooth as possible.
Hey there, my name's Ryan. Very happy to fly with you. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. You're going to make our day.
Okay, well, firstly, it's not a chopper, as I tell every client that comes on board. It's okay, but it's not. This is not a chopper. This makes choppers cry. Choppers, you know, eventually the engines will become more powerful. I'm trying LHI assist on to see if I can get a dial in the speed that I want and hold it. Let's just go turn it back off. This one is almost silent. Same sound settings. Now, they talk about how quiet the Joby is. So I had imagined makes more noise than what we're hearing here, but if it is actually, they can get them this quiet, oh man, what a joy. Because I've driven plenty of electric vehicles that are just silent. I've heard with some cars, they've actually introduced like synthetic noise, engine noise, because they said it's too quiet and it freaks people out. Wow. They got us going all over the place. Tight, a little tight. Oh, I lift it up. Whoa, very tight. We just probably sustained some damage. Too much sensitivity. This place is all messed up. This big old obstacle right where our helipad is supposed to be.
Tower. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 59er10 ready at Helipad 1. Departure to the west. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 59er10. Altimeter 29er2. Departure to the west approved. Cleared for takeoff Helipad 1.
Feeling nervous right now, gotta admit. Okay, I'm okay. That's a good start. So exciting. Okay, a bit nervous too. I won't lie to you.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 59er10. ETC services terminated. Good day.
Okay. We didn't respond fast enough. ATC's like, we're cutting them off.
Hey, Captain. Must be great seeing the sunset from up here.
Not bad.
This is so much more amazing than I expected.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Office with a view, right, Captain?
Right?
I've always wanted to fly over the Cary Ranch Park. Now I can check it off the list.
seeing all this. It's incredible. Amazing. I heard it was going to be memorable, and it is. Look, the world's at our feet.
Slow down.
That scenery, stunning.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 5910 is 4 miles west, 2000, with whiskey to land.
Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 5910, Whiteman Tower. Altimeter 2992, fly right downwind helipad 1. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 5910, wind calm, clear to land helipad 1. Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 5910.
Oops.
Acknowledge last transmission.
Yes.
Land helipad 1. Kin Sierra Foxtrot Kilo 5910.
Back to our wonky helipad.
Hey guys, welcome home. So David, ready for another round?
So cool. Thanks.
It was great. You made our day, Captain.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's interesting. It's not counting the shutdown. Let me go to Alt-N.
That was a great session. You really nailed it with the clients. Keep it up.
Okay. Well, I think tonight was 90% successful. There was a couple of little things where she would take off on me a little bit, or I lifted up too sensitive. Need to adjust the curves on the sensitivity curves on the joystick. Other than that, I'd say it was pretty darn successful. All right. Let me wrap it up there. This was live stream number 400 of the SKYDUDE series. Very happy. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this. I wish that at the moment they had more for us to do, like to use these in search and rescue or even light cargo, but this is fine. So I'll be doing some more of this and then finding some other jobs for us to do. And maybe trying to do a cross country in the Archer. I'll work something out. Either way, thank you for joining me tonight. Please like and subscribe. And if you're doing anything cool, let us know. It's a little late now in the show to jump into the chat room and let us know what you're doing, but, you know, if you're doing something cool, next time let me know. Let us all know. Am I forgetting anything? Dun, 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 dun. No, I don't think so. Have a great night. See you soon.
You talk like you've got nothing to lose, like the sky's just something you can abuse. Every shortcut, every bend, you call it skill, I call pretend.
Oh, here you go with your holy act, like your hands are clean and your wings intact.
You fly by rules like they're divine.
I just get there faster
every time. You're gonna get us both in flames.
You're gonna bore us to the grave.
Same cockpit, different names. We're on the same runway, different lives, reading different truths in the same old skies.
You say hold steady, I say roll the dice.
Somewhere in between might keep us alive.
We don't agree, but we're side by side.
On the same runway,
different lives. I've seen what happens when luck runs dry. There's no clever line,
no alibi,
just silence ringing in your ears,
and a lifetime packed in seconds of fear.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
Don't think I haven't.
I just don't freeze.
When the odds start slanting,
you hesitate.
I take the lead.
That's the difference that we both need.
You push too far.
You cross the line.
You hold too back.
You waste the time.
Still we climb. We're on the same runway, different lies.
You trust the book, I trust the signs.
You say be careful, I say be quick.
Funny how both can do the trick.
We don't agree, but we're side by side. On the same runway,
different lies.
Engine's off. Did you see that drop?
I had it handled.
Just let me talk. You almost lost it at 23.
Yeah.
And who brought us back? That'd be me. Wait. Yeah. That crosswind.
You called it first.
And your correction.
Yeah, it worked.
Maybe we're not as wrong as we thought. We're on the same runway, same damn fight.
Turning wrongs into something right.
You bring the caution,
I bring the spark.
Somehow we land in the dark.
We don't agree, but we're side by side.
Now it's less about who was right.
Same runway, same sky.